You think there's just a few bundles of wet wipes here? There's more. There's probably about 5 or 6 more of them in this compartment over here. I'm going to take some time here today and organize the back of my van and try to get things. Well, since we were out there doing the body work, this whole thing feels like it's a complete bundle of chaos and I need to fix it, which means putting things like this all in one place so they're not scattered all over the vehicle. I am going to need one inside of the van, so we're going to huck one in there. A subscriber also sent me through an antenna because I had mentioned that I wanted to put a a radio inside of my vehicle so I can hear all the logging truck drivers coming down the road. So they had sent me an antenna. I don't know if this is the right one, but I do have one. Anyway, guys, I just want to organize these drawers here. You know what? Let's clean these drawers right out. That's a great idea. And to make sure that there's no mice. That's usually a good thing. Seriously, guys, that is a ton of wet wipes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 2 rows here. That's 10 packs of these babies. Trust me, when you're way out in the bush and you're out there for a while and you end up using your last pack, you wish you had 9 extra. That's the truth. Second drawer here is mainly like tools and miscellaneous electrical stuff, soldering gun, cable ties, zip ties, zap straps, whatever you want to call these things. Great idea to keep these on hand. Whether you've ever used them or not, keep them, because when something breaks loose, you're going to be pretty stoked that you have one. You can also buy metal ones of these. I use these giant ones, but you can also buy metal ones of these as well, which are awesome if you ever have a muffler problem or need to strap anything up. Just pick them up. They're really cheap and you slide them in somewhere. That way you've got those things in times of emergency, because in your van, when you're out there on some highway somewhere, you just never know. This is more like a miscellaneous huck it all in there kind of drawer. I got a box of stuff back here for my roof rack system. And if you guys ever get the Rhino Rack Vortex system on the roof, the Vortex one is that bar right there. I'm pretty sure this works with all of them. But on my roof rack system, these things are the ones that saved the day for when it came to mounting anything to that thing. There's a track right down the middle of that roof rack system. And the bottom of this right here slides into that track. I don't use the eye hooks on the top. What I do is I unscrew the eye hook, and what you're left with is a flat plate that slides into the track with a bolt on the end. And up here, I don't know if you can see, I'm trying here, guys. All I've done is I've screwed a nut to the end of it. These things are so good to keep on hand because you never know when you need something to be mounted up there. As you can tell, I have a box full of them. Some of them I'm keeping with this eye hook just in case I need to secure a few. I can wrap a rope through it or whatever. But I'm also keeping a bunch of these without them. Just for space reasons, I'm removing some of these off of them. They just come in super handy. Then all you got to do is go get some of those little nylon lock nuts, whatever they're called, from the hardware store. Yeah, man, these come in handy. It's always a good idea to keep a box full of parts just in case you need some things. The compartment here is more of like my outside camping kind of stuff. It's got a backpack and things that I've been meaning to throw out, but I just can't bring myself to throwing them out. This is a clothesline. Yeah, you strap it up between 2 trees. You can move these little pieces around. Those are little clothespins. It's cool. It doesn't take up much room, and I thought maybe one day I might need it, but so far it was one of those Amazon purchases that seemed to be cool in the moment and still is cool. I've just never needed to I don't sit still enough that this becomes a factor, but if I ever do, it's right inside here. And a skipping rope, just in case I ever decide to smarten my butt up and work out. My hammock, my bug screens, my propane blowtorch, just in case I need some help starting the fire. You know, the man way. Parts for the awning. My water shoes. I love these things. I don't like swimming in lakes because things touch my feet. A subscriber a while ago made me this little mini version of my van. It is so detailed, from my flags to the rooftop carrier, my side pop-out window, my solar. I just didn't know where to put it. So I put some double-sided tape and stuff on the bottom. So I think we're going to stick this on the dashboard. I originally didn't want to put this on the dashboard because I was scared it was going to get sun damaged or something. I just don't have like counter space inside of my van to put something like this. So the dashboard is going to be the only spot. Still not sure if this is a good idea, but right here I used to have a business card holder. I think I'm going to stick it right there. God, guys, that is so cool. Let's hope it stays there. I guess I should put on shoes for this, huh? You see that? It's okay to eat the whole pizza by yourself. Let's eat the whole pizza by myself, not with your help. He's like, but dad, please. Little Town Pizza here in Chemainus. Let's see what this thing looks like. Whoo! Oh, does that ever look good?
My Owen said that she didn't want to have kids, that their marriage was
watching myself a little bit of Grey's Anatomy on my cell phone.
She's hiding from me. She doesn't want to be married.
Look who that is. Anybody know who that is? Who's that? Who's that? What's up, buddy?
How's it going?
Look at you all looking all fly, bro.
Thank you.
I seriously never thought you'd let me film this right now.
Really?
I seriously, well, not yet. Dude, this thing is insane, bro.
Yeah.
It looks like a downtown Vancouver apartment. Excuse me, you're gonna have to...
Oh, sorry, sir.
It's my house now, bro.
Here you go.
Peace out, bro. See you later. I didn't think he was gonna let me film it. I thought he was gonna wait so we can throw it on his YouTube channel. His YouTube channel is Mr. Sunshine Baby. That's right. Seriously? For real, bro? Come on! Look at that thing. Dude, this is insane. Can I have a shower?
If you'd like.
No, I'm good. This is like a freaking apartment in here. Like, I've never had a kitchen this big in an apartment. I seriously don't think.
Yeah, so I've got, we're going to do a van tour down the road.
Yes, we will, sir.
Right, here's a little fridge. Just a little one. I should turn that off. There's nothing in it.
Just a little fridge.
I shouldn't waste my 1,440 watts of solar.
What?
Did I stutter?
1,400. Oh my gosh, what an amazing place for that. Oh my gosh. That I never expected. That was wicked, dude.
Oh, and then I've got...
Bro. Party at Jaspers, baby. This is incredible, man. He's got them hidden up in the spaces here in like the same track that I've got mine hidden in. Well, riding, bro. With this set you bet.
A lot. Was to empty the gray water for the sink.
Yeah.
Like it's right here.
Yeah.
This empties the water, so I don't have to go outside. I just do that.
Nice.
And the same thing will be for the shower thing as well.
That's nice. You didn't make me bread? Come on, man. That, my friends, is one badass rig. Heck yeah. Jaspers box truck was built at J5 Custom Vans, and every time I went to John's place to do something with the ambulance, I got to take a peek inside of Jaspers' vehicle, and I wanted to show you guys every single time, but I thought he was gonna completely kill me if I released it on my channel before he had the chance to release it on his channel. But John knocked that thing out of the park. It's got so much detail inside. It's like a high-end condo inside of a Line-X box truck that used to be an ex-BC Hydro vehicle, like a utility vehicle. Do you see inside that thing? Looks like a big city apartment. Oh, Jasper, thanks for letting me put my camera in there. Super hot out tonight, isn't it, buddy? Hey, it's okay. I got the air conditioning on for a bit, all right? Until you cool down. He does not like the heat at all. You guys ever get that when you yawn, your eyes water like you're crying? Sometimes I do that. Get up and I yawn and these tears start rolling down my face. Mr. Cruisey looks at me like, "You okay, Dad?" Good morning, everybody. It was a really sticky night last night. It was really warm. Like, not overly warm. The temperature during the day was fine, but it stayed kind of like humid and like muggy, whatever word that people use. It was gross, and Mr. Cruisey did not like it. So the problem with running the air conditioning in the van to keep him cool, like I throw him in the front, just try to drop his body temperature down, is that when the van is running, all that heat from the exhaust after you shut your vehicle off all resonates through the floor and actually ends up heating the van. So it's got a plus side because I can cool his body temperature down, but a downside because the van gets warmer. It takes a lot longer to actually cool down. So this morning I took a look, and the temperatures in the area that I'm in are very good. But if we're going to have sticky nights, they're not good for the dog. So the temperature where I am right now is supposed to be 25, 27, 26 degrees Celsius over the next few days. And if I were to drive up island a little bit, like maybe make a 4-hour drive today and go up island, we're talking highs of 17 degrees Celsius. 17. So it's like 15, 16, and 17 degrees Celsius on average over the next week if I just drive up island. And 11 degrees at night, which is a super cool night in the van. So I think we're going to go do that. Just adventure up island a little bit. We can't go too far because we need to be near cell service, because if the paint guy calls me and says, "Chrome, let's get you in here in the next few days," I need to be able to get back here super quick and not miss that call. And or J5 as well too. So as you can tell, John finished my buddy Jaspers' vehicle, which is one of the vehicles that's in front of my job that he has to do. And I was super stoked to see Jasper last night, man. That thing is amazing. But John's working on another van right now. I think it's one of my subscribers. So as soon as John's finished with that van, he's going to squeeze me in to get me finished up so we can hit the road. So we're not going to travel very far. I really want to go shove it in the bush and do some backcountry stuff, but we need to stay near cell service over the next week, just in case one of those phone calls come in. But summer heat, you guys, it is the worst season to live in a van. The worst. I would choose winter, spring, and fall, hands down, anytime. I will take a minus 20 degree winter day versus a sticky plus 20 degrees Celsius summer night in the van when all you've got is fans blowing on you. Sure, I'm pretty sure I could rig up some kind of makeshift air conditioner and run a generator, but I couldn't do that where I'm sitting right now in a town. You can't. You could, but you're also now becoming that person. And what I mean by that person is when you live in a van and you start to realize what it's like when you park beside somebody that fires up a generator all night, how miserable your night's sleep becomes. I don't want to be that person. If I'm in the backcountry, way out in the bush, sure, fire up a generator, have a great night, and you're not bothering anybody, you're good to go. But I've always believed in being a good neighbor. A good neighbor to other vehicle dwellers around you, and a good neighbor to the community that you're in. Nobody wants to walk past somewhere on a nice quiet evening walk with the sound of the birds, and all of a sudden it gets down past your rig and you got something sitting outside on the city street going, "Rrrr." It is highly annoying. And I'm pretty sure that residents that are right up behind me here are going to get annoyed by hearing my generator running all night if there's a house nearby, you know? I'm not that person. If you're in the desert, great. If you're in the backcountry, great. But for someone like me that spends a combination of both city and backcountry, it's got no point for me, you know? But air conditioning would be amazing, though. It would be pretty damn good. There's many nights where I kind of wish I had it. I just don't have the space to run an air conditioning unit either. Like, I don't have the space to store it, to hold it. So for me, much like most van dwellers or most people that are overlanding in front of me, they're not going to be running an air conditioning unit. That is an extreme power-hungry luxury inside of a vehicle. And for the most part, most of us are just going to have to just find cooler temperatures. I don't like it. I had a miserable night last night. And thankfully, my dear friend John lent me his fan because my favorite little fan back there stopped working and I haven't sent it back in yet, and I'm waiting for them to ship me out a new fan. It broke. I'll show you all that stuff when the time comes for me to film it. But J5 lent me this fan to get me through, and I'm thankful he did, because in summer heat, if you're going to be a bit sweaty, having that air blowing on you, you need it. That circulating fan is like what gets you through summer heat. I couldn't have slept last night without it. It would have been miserable. The roof vent, I had it pulling air all the time, wind coming over my head. Usually what I find is if it's hot at the beginning, I'll let the vent pull out. Then before I go to bed, I'll turn it the opposite way to push that cool air in. And when it's pulling out, sure, you feel a draft over the top of your head, but it's not that much of one to make a huge difference. It's just nice to have that exchange of air inside of your vehicle. So at night, I turn it the other way because you can feel the draft from the roof vent when it's pushing inwards, and I leave that on high. This I actually just clamped. So this is my tabletop for my desk. I clamped it right here, pointed it right at us, and it stayed super good last night. So John, thank you so much for saving the day. I also bought a small little, tiny little plug-in USB fan. I got it at just a grocery store out here. It was $15. That's over there on the floor, pointed at Cruise to circulate some air on the ground, because when it's hot outside, he doesn't like being up in the bed. And it's hard because the floor is warm because we've been driving. And I feel bad because he won't come up here. He always just lies on the floor. I don't know why. I keep dragging him up here, but he keeps jumping back down because the floor of the van stays pretty warm. You realize if we've been driving around for a few hours prior to pulling over, it's going to take more than just a few hours for the exhaust and all the metal underneath there from all the heat from the engine and catalytic converters and all that stuff that's just been warming the underbelly. All that stays there for hours and hours and hours. So another suggestion is don't move before you go to bed. You know, maybe take those hot days, find somewhere in the shade where you're not like I did yesterday. I pulled in here and this pavement has been in the sun all day. And then we parked on top of it, so you have the heat resonating from the pavement up into the van. You have the exhaust stuff up into the van. It just makes for a really crappy combination. So I'm pretty sure some of you guys have some tips and tricks for everybody on how to stay cool in the summer. Leave them down in the comments. We've also got social media stuff. We've got Facebook, which I don't participate in, but we've got Facebook for you to drop your tips and stuff on, and also our Instagram as well too, you guys. Thanks for watching today's video. I'm gonna take off. We gotta go do something. Since we come back from that rust repair, I haven't really done anything. I've spent some days lounging around in my van, watching movies, trying to find something entertaining to do. Now guys, I'm dying to go traveling. I'm just dying to hit the road. Oh, it's coming soon, man. It's coming soon. But anyway, I'm actually really excited about going up to the north side of the island today a little bit. Because we have to stay near cell service, we might just sleep in a few towns over the next week. I know there's some really nice campsites just outside of Port Alice. Maybe I'll go stay there for a few days. It's a couple of really nice free ones out there. And I'm pretty sure I got a bar of cell service. So all I need is a bar, something to take a phone call. All right, guys. See you later.